I would like to welcome Patsy for her delivery speech of her project, From the Worst to the Best. From the Worst to the Best. Over to you, Patsy.
What if it's your first time walking to a Toastmaster club? It's in the basement where you can see the pool table with some scattered chairs. And they're so proud because they resemble the Toastmasters in the 1920s. What if most of the members there actually in their age of 70s and they're men? And what if and the first time you see the people actually shouting in front of your face the first time? Will you join that club? I did. It's my home club, Taipei, Phoenix. 2 years ago, there were 8 members in that club. Was constantly we had some guests, but none of them really returned. By the way, there was a flower man named Michael. I was sit over there, but he always fell in sleep all the way during the meeting. During that time, I was traveling between Taiwan and Canada. So the first time I experienced this called hybrid meeting in my life. No microphone, no speaker, no projector, no laptop. The only thing they used was this handphone. That's Patsy is making a presentation on this mobile phone. It's called hybrid meeting. To me, I was in Canada at that time. I feel myself was like a baby being toasted by those monster masters, so to speak. COVID changed everyone, including Taipei Phoenix. Everybody's moving to the online meeting, and the chaos began, and the impact was immersive. Every time when you're on the meeting, you will hear this background noise, bang, 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 or the chair squeeze, 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 squeeze. And I start feel like agitated. So one day I say, hey guys, stop. Can we just learn some online skills? And everybody agreed at that time. So we start learning from how to set a virtual background and the timer and even share the screen. So that actually made the first change for my home club. Did I make that anything better? Not really, because we only had 8 members at that time. The club was actually a very, very bad situation and almost dying at that time. But things changed ever since the president, he took over in the last term. The first, he will use his power, got his son, get into the club, became a member. Great. That's not enough. He was in the EMBA school, so he grabbed his classmate to the club, and everybody became a member during that time. Wow, we got so many new generations. And this president, he was so smart. He started searching online and looking for whichever the online group who are interested in learning English. Then he invited them to a Zoom meeting study. One day, I bumped into their Zoom meeting, see what they are studying. Those people had no experience of whatever in the Toastmaster, and they study table topics. And they have to learn VPE, VPPR, SAA. I was laughing at them. But all rivers goes to the same sea. Eventually, everybody came to the club and it became members eventually. In the end, today, the Taipei Fitness has already have 20 members versus 2 years ago with only 8. Not long ago, we received this honor from the Toastmaster International. Being a Toastmaster myself only for 2 years, it is actually my first time to look at this picture. I haven't got the chance really to grab and to touch, but that was exciting. By the way, don't look at the morning side. That was an incentive from our District 67 director. But the such an honor from the world's club was almost dying to a beautiful president's distinguished club. I am so proud. Today, I do have a worry. My challenging is that I'm taking that position as a VPE. My challenge is how do I teach those old members to learn those pathways and versus how can I bring those new members to integrate into the different culture. That is a challenge for the upcoming year for me. But I thought I learned from ardent speakers, those beautiful leaders, as well as from the past, those experiences that my home club leaders showing me by having a good plan, be consistent, persistent. Why should I be afraid of not being achieving my goal? So, my fellow Toastmasters, and as long as you have a trust, you believe everything can be successful. Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patsy. What a great speech, a great take home message about the immense dedication by the Taiwan Toastmasters Club and yourself trying to encourage people to join the pathways and make them commit to the pathways curriculum. Right now, I would like to invite the evaluator for Patsy for her project or path manual. I would like to invite Sasi Kumar. So Sasi Kumar, would you be helpful enough to provide your feedbacks to Patsy, please? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Ang Beng Kwan. Toastmaster Patsy, it's my immense pleasure to evaluate for such a great speaker like you. So I will try to do my best to do justice to your speech as an evaluator. So first, I think the best thing I like about your speech is your descriptive language. Even though all of us are sitting in a room or different places in the world, but all of us actually visualized what you said. You are attending a meeting, it's in the basement, and we have a table and a chair scattered. So basically all of us imagining almost similar thing. So I think you walked us through your mood very well. So I think what you did well was descriptive language by making us visualize what is in your mind. I think very well done. And number two, you kept having audience engagement, even though it's hard to pull the audience engagement and like asking a question and answer in a virtual platform. But I like the way how you put this. You kept asking what if, and rather than just jumping from what if to another what if, you had a pause so for us to answer it. So even though we are not literally answering it, unmute and answering it here, but every time you ask what if, you had a pause and then you say that what you felt. So I think all of us can really resonate with that and engage with that. So audience engagement was very well done. And the third thing is your spectacular vocal variety and body language. You had props, you had your phone, and I like the way you remove your specs and putting it back. That's really well done. and you had a very good body language going here, going there, and also your ending was very well done. I think you really utilized your virtual space for very well done for us to resonate with your story. And also for me to advise for you to, or maybe my suggestions for you to improve, which is totally my personal standpoint. I think when you have props, probably you can avoid having a virtual background. So for the first few moments, we cannot see what's in your hand because of the virtual background. If there's no virtual background, we could have seen it's a handphone, and it's very obvious. And the second thing, the speech is already good, but to make it better, I would say probably the parts that you had dialogues with people, you can do a role play as person A and person B. That would have more depth to your vocal variety, and that would give us a better audience experience. Nevertheless, it's a very good speech, and I think you ace in these three things: descriptive language, audience engagement, and the presentation, which includes your vocal variety and body language. And if you can add more essence like role play and avoiding virtual background, I think your speech will be one of the best speech I've heard till today. Back to you, this Toastmaster of the day.